Hello, YouTube. If you were anything like me, you spent half your life fighting this boss, knife only on Inferno, and you've come to YouTube to find a tutorial or some sort of guidance or want to exploit, and you couldn't find anything. Well, here you are, and I'm going to go into as much detail as possible on every little thing that I found made the fight easier for me. As soon as I started these little cheeses, and I don't care that I cheesed them, because this difficulty is not fair. It's not fair, guys, and I'm here as your fairy godmother to make it better. So if you like it, like and subscribe. Check out my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Catico. I'm a challenge runner of various games. But anyway, enough about me. Let's get learning. Now, with this fight, I'm going to tackle the buttons in a very specific order, from left to right. Now, I do this because on the left-hand side, Nemesis seems less aggressive. So, always, when you can, dodge into a button. Hit dodge, mash X, because you'll magnetize to that button. And if he does any attack, you'll perfect dodge it. And it's the safest way to do it. I also keep Jill in the corner, just running on the spot, because I get a good view of everything that he's doing, and it allows me to dodge a bit easier. I find if I'm running all over the place, she has a harder time dodging. Or she'll do a sidestep instead of a perfect dodge, and we don't want sidesteps because Nemesis will grab a sidestep. Now, this attack he does is normally 8 slaps. Anywhere between the 4th and that 7th, it will be a delayed one, but it's random. People say you can use the bullet time because it slows down time and it'll show you which one he is slapping on. I couldn't work it out because I'm a dum-dum, so I just took the hit. But this way, starting on the left-hand side, allowed me to preserve my heals because he doesn't do the 8 slappers often. Now, I will push each button in as far as I can without having it turn blue. And I do this because in the very last stage, he is always red. Now, red means insta-kill, grey means safe to push. But in that last phase, he's always red with a little bit of grey. So by pushing them all in a little from being fully depressed, delays that phase for as long as possible. So on this side, when he does the 2 swipe attack, which is this, he'll always follow up with a 3 slap. Now there's only 2 variations of this 3 slap. The third one is either a fast slap or a slow slap, but they're both relatively easy to dodge. See? Dodge into the button, because in this game, if you're not on the right pixel, she won't interact with it. Now, I believe I've pushed that button in about 5 times, and I worked out buttons take anywhere between 6 and 8 presses. So I'm going over to this side now, and I'm going to stay back near that 3rd back button, because when Nemesis does this attack here, it gives me enough space to dodge into his hand and hide behind this little button. Because on this side, when he does the 2 swipe attack, he always follows up with the 8. Now I've found, hiding behind that button, he does no damage to me. So, see, you got enough space to dodge into the hand. And then the second one, you go straight behind that button and you dodge those 8 slaps. Now, if you're too far forward, like too far away from this spot, his elbow will hit you. So you need to stay behind the button, keep an eye on his body, and if that stops glowing, press the button and then dodge away. Now, it is also kind of hard to see what he's doing with his body in this angle, but if you've been doing it long enough, you can kind of tell. But always remember, if his left hand moves, it's the 8 slap attack. If his right hand moves, it's the 2 swipes or a 3 slap attack. If he wriggles and then freezes, he's going to do the growl. Now you have to dodge the growl a little too late. If you dodge the growl too early, like at the very start of the growl, you're going to get hit. Plain and simple. Also, don't move in front of Nemesis at all, because as soon as you move in front of him, he does a totally different attack where he brings his arms out, drags them back, and then pushes them forward. And that absolutely wrecks Jill and you're dead. Now, if you do get stunned by that growl, mash the dodge button, because 8 times out of 10, you'll perfect dodge roll out of it. If you don't, keep mashing dodge, because you'll be able to dodge the other 2 hits relatively often. Now remember, don't touch the buttons when he's red. He's spicy, and that's button spicy. Okay? And also, because a lot of the buttons are getting pushed in now, the arena starts turning a bit stinky. So Jill will be sluggish. Her running will be slower. So take that into account as well when it comes to trying to get out of a situation. And also try and get all the coins and the book as well, because trying to do this fight without them is literal pain. These help so much. Like my entire Inferno playthrough, I was constantly worried I had it on the wrong difficulty, because it made such a difference. But this fight, ugh, without the coins, yuck. So now I'm working on the back button, and I believe I can push the button in a little bit longer than the other one, so this one doesn't take me as long. But I leave this back button to last, and I'll show you why in a minute. So see, he lifted his left arm, and that's relatively easy to see from this corner. So you see with that growl, it almost seems like I dodged far too late, but I don't know why it works. I've also tried hitting Nemesis's body with my knife, hitting his arms with my knife. Don't bother, because Jill just keeps saying, this isn't going to do anything. Because it's not going to do anything. We know it. We hope. But it doesn't. Oh, and if you're pushing this little button right next to Nemesis and that pus hits you, it's done. Like, there's sometimes, like, it hasn't happened in a little while, or it's like near me, I won't go for that button, but it's really hard to tell when it's going to hit you. So I'm sorry, I don't have a strategy for that one. So now I'm working on fully pressing in that front button. I try to get that one out of the way as quickly as possible because I just feel like it's the worst one. It takes the longest because you can only do little baby pushes, and I just want it out of the way. See, Jill's running cooked me there. I was not prepared for it. Now, there will be times when Nemesis does the 8 slap attack without the swipey arm attack. Again, left arm goes up, go and hide behind that button. Just dodge into it. If in doubt, dodge it out. Sorry. Also, if you lose count of the pushes, just look at the tray. You can tell roughly how far away you are just by looking at the trays on the bottom of the buttons compared to like the blue ones. So I think this one's 1 press away now. See, if you're caught by that arm grab, it throws you into danger immediately. Yeah, I did it again. Like a ding dong. I was lucky enough to have squirreled away a lot of first aid sprays in my playthrough. So we've got one button fully pressed in, and Nemesis still isn't in his hyper aggressive phase, which is awesome. So now we're going to go work on the left hand button because we're going to leave the last one on the right hand side. So this one, it's not so bad because again, he doesn't do the 8 slap attack as often as he does on the right hand side. So now he's constantly glowing. Now I chose to leave this button for last because it puts me in a great spot to see his full body. Because what we want to look for is his ribcage. That's the only thing I noticed that changes when it's safe to push the button in. So he's always red, but his ribcage will go grey for the shortest amount of time. So I'll normally try and stay near that back button as much as possible, waiting for his ribcage to go grey. And it's literally the slightest change. It's ridiculous. So if you just keep watching his ribcage, you'll see the difference as well, and you'll be able to like remember it. And that's probably a better angle to see what he does in the raw and roughly when to dodge. So maybe remember that. So now we've got the button, all 3 buttons fully pushed in. We have to deal with this hyper aggressive phase for 2 pushes. And whammy, done. Hopefully this has shown you some different things to incorporate into your little battle. Because we should not be playing fair with this difficulty because it has not been playing fair with us. But again, if you liked, like and subscribe. Check out my Twitch page, twitch.tv/Cattico, CATTICKO. And I wish you luck on your endeavors. Thank you for watching.